Becky. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Good and Beautiful's Arthropods Science Unit. I shared with you guys back at the beginning of the school year that we have a couple of the Good and the Beautiful Science units that we're going to be using this year with my third grader. And since completing the Arthropods unit, I really wanted to share with you guys kind of how it went and how I think it can be easily used with one child or several kids. And then a little bit of my 8-year-old science journal that she made to go along with this curriculum, just to kind of show you some of the things that we did to go with it. So the first unit that we started out with from the Good and the Beautiful was the Arthropods unit. We started out with that one just because she really likes bugs and learning about bugs, and the girls are always catching stuff and bringing it into the house. So I thought that was a good one to start with. So it teaches all about insects, arachnids, and crustaceans. So it's a really good unit, really fun unit. And I really like how the lessons are really scripted out for me. And they're all very, very kind of open and go. If there are any supplies that are necessary, it will let you know before the lesson, so you can kind of get those things ahead of time over the weekend or the day before, kind of prep anything you need. But really, for the most part, any supplies that we needed were very, very minimal, which was nice. And then everything is really scripted. It tells you what to prepare. This lesson had no supplies and just tells me exactly what to read. Well, I really like how you can make each lesson as simple as you want, or you can make them as elaborate as you want. The Good and the Beautiful does have some book recommendations that go along with the unit. And also you can feel free to go to the library and find books that are based on what you're talking about in that lesson. So ants and butterflies and crustaceans and scorpions and whatever you're talking about, you can definitely turn each lesson into a really in-depth lesson, or you can keep it simple and kind of stick to the reading as required. So I really like that because there were some weeks that we didn't really have time to do a whole lot of extra science, but then there were some weeks where we had time to do a little bit more. So I really like how I can kind of cater it to our schedule. Speaking of books, I really like how there are a couple of these really beautiful color glossy page books with certain lessons that go along with what we're talking about that she can read to me. So it's extra reading practice, but it's also related to whatever we were talking about in that lesson. So I love having these. They were really nice to add to the lesson. The Good and the Beautiful has tons of science units. So if you're not particularly interested in arthropods, they have a space unit, the human body, and chemistry. They just came out with their new marine biology unit, which I'm really excited about that one. So all different types of unit studies that you can pick and choose. Whatever your kids are interested in, they can kind of pick and choose and design their own science curriculum. How cool is that? You know, most of the time you get a science book and you have to just kind of study whatever they're talking about. And I think there is a time and a place for that. Having a third grader though, I feel like I want our science to be based on what she's interested in. I really like how the Good and the Beautiful science units are relevant to her and her level. They're things that she's interested in, so she can kind of design her own science curriculum. They are really, really gentle for her and gentle for me as the teacher. But then, like I said, you can really beef up the lessons if you want by adding in your own activities or finding other books to read that are kind of related to your topic. So I like how there is structure there, but it's also very, very customizable and very, very flexible. And for a homeschool mom like me, that is really, really important. It's what I look for in a curriculum. When you get something that's too strict and too regimented, it just becomes overwhelming for me and overwhelming for my daughter. So this is perfect. An option that you do have with the Good and the Beautiful is to do the PDF where you can print them out at home, or you can purchase the hard copies. The PDFs are a little bit cheaper than purchasing the hard copies, but I feel like the hard copies in the end, or in the long run, are a better choice because first of all, you're getting these really pretty glossy pages, but there is a lot of colored pictures, and you know, you're really going to want to, that's going to cost you a lot of money in printing when you have to print out all these pictures. Like there's these little color cards, and then like I showed you with the books and everything, that's going to take a lot of ink. So I would really recommend probably getting the hard copy of the science curriculum, but you do have the PDF option as well if you prefer that. I'm going to show you a little flip through of my daughter's science binder that we did to go along with the Arthropods unit. So first of all, we talked about vertebrates and invertebrates. So we had a little chart here. We did the World Butterfly Census. She did some definition pages of some of the key terms that we talked about. We did a Venn diagram of insects versus arachnids. She labeled the ant here. Another really fun thing that she really liked was the butterfly life cycle, so that was really fun. Here we did the different types of bees. The ant farm was probably the most fun that we did with the arthropods unit. I did go ahead and purchase an ant farm from Hobby Lobby, and then I sent off for the ants. We had a little bit of an ant disaster. If you saw that vlog, it was pretty funny because the ants started escaping as I was trying to pour them into the ant farm, and they were running all over the place, and all I knew to do was squish them. So we ended up squishing a lot of our ants from our ant farm, which I felt bad about. But we did end up, I think, with 8 or 9, and it was really, really interesting to watch the process of having them move the sand around and how hard they really do work. And it was something that I would not have ordinarily done. I would not have gone out and gotten an ant farm, but I really thought it was fun to do it with the ant unit. It was recommended with the Good and the Beautiful if you want to, and we did decide to do it. And there was an ant farm recording page that came with the curriculum, so we were able to look at the ant farm every couple days and measure the length of the tunnels that they made and all that stuff. So it was really, really fun, despite the fact that we had to kill so many of them. But that was really fun. So it's just been a really good unit overall. Like I said, the Good and the Beautiful has tons of other science units. So I would really recommend getting on there and seeing what your child is interested in. Chances are they have a unit that your kid is going to be interested in, or several. And they do have suggestions woven throughout the curriculum. If you're doing it with several ages, how to kind of customize it to each child. And again, you can keep that as simple as you want, or you can make it as elaborate as you want. If you have an older kid, you can have them do research projects based on each lesson or different things like that. So it really is up to you how you want to make it work for several kids, but it is designed to work with one child or children of several different ages, early elementary ages. So just thought I would share it with you guys to let you know our experience with it and how things worked out, and we really had a lot of fun with it. And like I said, they did just come out with their marine biology unit too, so if you have a kid that loves like the ocean and dolphins and sharks and all that stuff, definitely check out their marine biology unit. It just hit their website, I believe, a couple weeks ago, so check that out. Hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want to see 2 of my older videos, you can click the links right here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, and you definitely should, you can click right here. I upload every single week. I have some links in the description box for some of my favorite stores and products, as well as my P.O. box address. Check out those links if you're interested in those, and I will see you guys in the next video.